So I'm Francis Collins. I'm currently serving as a special project advisor to the President of the United States. But I'm a scientist, I'm a physician, I'm a researcher. My goal in my career has been to try to use science to uncover mysteries about God's creation in ways that will help people. I grew up on a small farm. My parents were not interested in science. They were interested in theater and music. And that was a wonderful way to grow up. But I got excited about science in high school. By the time I got to medical school, I had any interest in faith kind of having faded away. But then there I was, sitting at the bedside of good, honorable people who were facing the end of their lives, and I realized I didn't know what I would do in that situation. And my atheism began to feel a little bit flimsy. And I figured I'd better really find out, why do people believe? Because a lot of people around me seemed to, and I assumed they were all kind of brainwashed. And I spent 2 years searching, trying to figure out, how do you sift through all of these possible spiritual perspectives and find answers that actually seem to ring true? And ultimately, I met the person of Jesus Christ. Had not expected that. I thought of Jesus as a myth and was astounded to recognize the historical evidence for his life, his death, his resurrection. And at age 27, somewhat kicking and screaming, I became a follower of Jesus. And the Bible had a lot to do with that. Changemakers try to look at a current circumstance and say, this could be better. This could be on a better track. This could bring people together instead of pulling them apart. And right now, we need plenty of that. The coming together has somehow suffered, and we've all suffered, going through difficult times for our society, COVID having added to that. As much as I would like to avoid trouble and suffering, I have to admit also that the times where I learn the most about who I am and my relationship with God is often those troubled times. So I have to also be thankful for those, even though I don't welcome them at the time. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth gives way, though the mountains be moved into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble at its swelling. Think about that. That says you're going to have trouble. It doesn't say, oh, it'll be fine if you just say the right prayer words. No, God is our refuge and strength because we're going to need that, an ever-present help in our current trouble. Famous words of Francis Bacon, who's a scientist and a believer, that God gave us 2 books. He gave us the book of God's words, the Bible, which I read every day. But he gave us another book, the book of God's works, which is nature, which we get to understand and explore with the tools of science and be in awe of what we have been given.
Are you a change maker?
I hope to be a change maker. I think so, particularly in this area of bringing science and faith together as ways of understanding and admiring and being thankful for God's creation.